What's up, everyone, and welcome back. I hope the COVID-19 virus hasn't affected your life in any major way. As for me, I'm an essential, so I gotta go to work if I want to or not. But in a way, I wish I could stay home because I finally got my frame back. And I tell you what, they did a damn good job at straightening out both frame rails, considering how this thing looked before. They said that they were going to take these two cross members out, but they left them in place, so I don't have to worry about reinstalling them with either, I guess, grade 8 or grade 5 bolts. But man, I just can't get over how nice and straight this frame is, and it just makes me so excited to finally get back onto working on this frame. And that means I can finally put that cab onto this frame and then possibly put the engine and transmission, even though I got a Bellhousing. Come to find out it's the wrong one for a V8, so I'll have to find a correct one. But once I get this off the trailer here, first thing to do is to grind off the excuse me, the rivets for the shock mounts, because they create a little pocket here and it holds water and it starts rusting, and I just don't want it to eat through the frame. Even though this is a very thick frame, I just don't want it to damage it to the point of failure. And also, I've seen where people drill a little hole down at the very bottom of this pocket, and I think that's what I'm going to do. So once I take these off, I'll clean them up, clean up the frame, hit it with some primer, drill a little hole here, and then put the these mounts back on with grade 8 bolts, which should do the trick. Let's see here. Also got some V8 engine mounts that, well, if it was a straight 6, they wouldn't mount here. For the V8, they mount into this hole, and let's see, the two that are over here. So I got those for a good price, some original ones. And I also ended up buying another 9-foot bed. It's, I believe, from the 60s though, but they use the same bed style from 1955 to 1966, I believe. The only difference, I believe, is the rear, what is it called? A cross seal. It's actually taller on the bed I got than the original bed is. So I guess it's going to sit up a little higher in the back, but either I can install a proper one or just cut it down to make it fit. And I guess I'll leave it on there just for mock-up purposes, because I want to figure out what bumpers, rear bumpers I want to use, either the factory style chrome ones or a big step bumper, ones that kind of wrap around and bolt to the side of the fenders. So I still got, well, that's still a ways off, because like I said, I want to put the cab on here and finish it up. I'm still need to put the steps on, do a little bit more rust repair, but I'll put it on here for the first time, but most likely not the last time. So without further ado, let me push this frame off the trailer and I'll start grinding those rivets off so I can finally get some progress made on this frame. got both shock mounts off, and I went ahead and drilled the drainage holes in them, and I think I'm going to have these blasted because there's still a lot of scale on the inside, so mess with those later. Also, one thing I noticed, that up and down the frame, I guess they were hitting it with a hammer when they're straightening it out, there's a lot of burrs along the edge. There's one right here that can mess someone's day up. So I'm going to get the flat disc on the grinder and go up and down the frame and just kind of clean it up a little bit. While we're at it, let me show y'all why this bell housing will not work. Well, for starters, the mounting ears are a completely different angle than the cross member and mounting bushings for this truck. And if you go by the number 373-3365, you will find out that this is a car bell housing. It will not work in a truck, even though there was an article stating that this will work if you want to put a small block Chevy into a 55 to 59 Chevy truck. But obviously, this one won't work. I guess it's a good thing they only bought this for like 30-35 bucks. Though if I want to put a V8 in the Biscayne, I believe this bell housing will work for that. Well guys, that'll do it for this episode. Since I got the frame back, expect more frequent content from me being posted. So if you're interested in watching that, hit that subscribe button and I'll catch y'all later. Thanks guys.